So Bellingham has already punched their ticket to the playoffs no matter what happens the rest of the season.
It's time for Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, and our Gold supporter, the Town Auto Group. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Club Crow Bar and Grill, the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, and AmeriCorps, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, Together for Youth, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. And now let's go live to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College.
It's kind of playing towards the bag at second, so there's a big gap over there. This pitch swung on, and good. How about finding a gap in center field for an RBI single? Beautifully struck.
Star Spangled Banner is a done deal, which means we're about ready to play a little baseball. The Wenatchee AppleSox 7-3 on the year, leading the West Coast League Northern Division. The Bells are 6-4 right behind us. Again, Bellingham Brandon defeated Wenatchee last night by a 6-1 score.
Seems like this, just listening to Joel, and he was talking about how the series, we haven't won a series in multiple years, and going back multiple years, there was a year where we lost 7 in a row to the Bells, so hopefully we can get that off of our back tonight and get a win.
The nice thing about being 7-3 this early in the season is that this was with a lot of the players who are just, they're going to be in and they're going to be out. In fact, a lot of them are already gone, and some are now working their way into town. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Wenatchee AppleSox, Garrett Ahern, is in town. He got into town yesterday. Grand Canyon University, their season just ended at the West Regional, so he just pitched on June 2nd, packed up his bag. Up, and it looks like they're starting right on time, 6:35, and here we go. First pitch. Side.
What a beautiful night, huh?
Beautiful night. Good crowd here. Huge giveaways. They're giving away like a digital barbecue, and that looked awfully good to me.
It
but
did.
They say it's outside. Our umpire is Mr. Zielinski, I believe, behind home plate.
And then Dana Cruz out on the bases.
2-0 pitch is lined. Solid shot into right field. He looks like he's going for 2, Brandon, and he is. He stumbled a little bit. This is going to be close, and they got him.
Yep, great play.
He decided early on he was going to go 2, and then he kind of got tangled up just a little bit.
He did, yeah, rounding first right there. You know, that's a great job by the runner and by the right fielder there. And assume that it's going to be a double when it's hit to the outfield, and our right fielder there did a great job getting.
Foul ball. I don't have our batter right in front of me. Hold tight just a second.
That's Kodama.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I have it on my phone, and my phone just went to sleep. Foul ball, 0-1 is the count. Solid shot right back to the pitcher. Little underhandy. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Very efficient start.
for the AppleSox.
You got to like to see that.
Bellingham, of course, all the teams in the West Coast League is going through the same kind of scenario. Temporary 10-day contract guys are leaving out. This is, after all, the 11th game of the season. And so Bellingham's in the same boat as Wenatchee. There's going to be a great deal of roster turnover over the next week or so.
Yeah, and the really cool thing is a lot of these kids are coming off of exceptional kids coming in from, like you said, Grand Canyon University. We've got Oregon State players coming in, and some of these teams are going to play for another couple weeks too. So
Mahey is the batter, big lefty, and the first baseman. This is what you'd like to see.
Nice pitch.
Left-handed power hitting first basemen are guys that you want on your roster.
Nice.
Struck him out.
Get a little tag.
Tag him out. And we're done. That was a piece of cake. 3 up, 3 down. We've played half an inning here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. You're watching Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel. What do we normally do here, Tucker, on these breaks? 30 seconds.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer,
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Our Gold supporter, the Town Auto Group. Also our friends at Boswell's Home Furnishings and Club Crow Bar and Grill. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Caleb Cassie making his second start of the summer here for the Bellingham Bells. He suffered his first loss in his first outing. He's out of Queens College. He pitched against Kamloops on Wednesday. And something else, Brandon, we should talk about. There isn't really a rotation at this point of the season.
Right. Yeah, because with so many new guys coming in and out, and you're still trying to figure out what guys have. Now, some of these players have been off for multiple weeks.
Yeah.
Because if they're playing at a community college that didn't do so well, then they're going to have a couple weeks off, or small colleges. Then
and some of them just want to take a break.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bottom of the first inning, and my phone went to sleep again. Maybe I should just turn that off so we don't have that problem anymore. Oh, Aiden Doherty leading off here for the Wenatchee AppleSox on a somewhat breezy but quite comfortable Wednesday evening. First pitch, solid shot right to the second baseman, Funny Hop.
Bad hop there.
But he nailed him, and that's indicative of Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Funny hops happened, especially on the left side of the infield. And
yeah.
we have had, unfortunately, like we had last year, Brandon, we've had some fielding issues. We had 4 errors last night.
Yeah, that's hard to win ball games with 4 errors.
It is.
It's definitely not a pitcher's friend right there.
Everybody's favorite Cougar, Mr. Hartman, who was off to a great start for the AppleSox this year. You liked him from the first game that we did against the Angels on opening day.
Yeah.
Well, he went 4 for 4.
Right.
And he reached base, I think, every at-bat.
And
yeah, I think he had 6. I think he was on base all 6 times he was up.
Really?
Did he walk the other 2, or was hit by a pitch? I'm trying to remember.
You know what? I have my notes right here.
But he impressed the crowd.
Yeah. And he's from WSU. You gotta like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ball's a little low and a little outside. All I know is that he...
So, yeah, he was on base 5 times, had 2 doubles, 2 walks, and reached on an error. And stole a base.
On the first game of the year.
Yeah. It does. You know, and then build it as it needs to be. But hate the ones that go wide and then narrow and then wide and narrow. And
well, look who's on base, Mr. Hartman.
See if he'll run a little bit again.
The other big story so far this year is this guy, Kade Benevidez. I don't know if you heard about this. He was the offensive and defensive hero a couple of days ago up in Canada against Victoria. He pitched the final 3 innings.
Yeah.
Drove in the winning run.
Yeah. He had quite a few pitching stats this year for his college. He pitched. What did he end up pitching? He had 13 games that he pitched in. Had 17 innings pitched and did well.
But he's wearing Michael Jordan's number as well. 2-0 here, so Mr. Cassie, the starting pitcher for Bellingham, is struggling early here. That's 3 straight balls, 4 overall.
I think I'd take here as a hitter as early as it is.
And by the way, congratulations to Mr. Benevidez. He was the very first Moss Adams WCL Offensive Player of the Week for his performances last week. That's a nice kudos to have.
Yeah.
4-pitch walk.
We'll take that.
6 consecutive balls, and it's time to visit Mr. Caleb and find out how come we can't find the strike zone. AppleSox Baseball brought to you by the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council and our friends at AmeriCorps, Caldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. A nice little, say, 3 or 4 runs in the first inning would make Mr. be able to field almost any position at this point of the season. Going outside to Mr. Boscarino.
Yeah, until you get your full roster, that's a very key point there.
And we're still, again, a good 10 days away from that happening.
Yeah.
You hate to cheer for the teams to lose so you can get your full roster.
Right.
Right down the middle. Well, yeah, they're going to be taken for a while until Caleb Cassidy can find the strike zone, I think. 1-1, 1 out.
Well,
first.
And this part of the season is so important because if you win the first half, you're automatically in the playoffs. And we're off to a good start with that.
2-1. Here's a good opportunity right now. We got
I think they're
all batters' boxes are the same, Schmitty, but pitchers' mounds, that takes a while to get used to, especially if you're not from this area.
Yeah. You know, they're supposed to be built to spec, but it's so difficult to keep a mound.
That's going to be on a plate. Yeah, it's
as a field crew, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were fortunate enough to play at Safeco Field with the high school team when I was coaching it, and our pitcher was doing great, and I was like, you know what? Time. I went out there, and I'm like, Reed, you're pitching amazing right now. I go, I just wanted to check out this mound.
Strike 3 called. Luca Boscarino, so a nice comeback from Caleb Cassie. See if he can there is a minimum. You have to have at least this much room. Because get much closer and still be legal.
No.
On the other hand, the folks who sit right behind the screen have about the best seats. 1-1 is the pitch.
This year, with the high school baseball team, and played at in Lacey at a place called the Rack, and the backstop there, no joking, was probably 25 yards back. It was crazy. I mean, it looked like a pitcher's mound.
Well, that's got to put a lot of pressure on the catcher.
It did, yeah.
I mean, one pass ball, you can advance 2 bases.
Right, yes. In state game.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah.
A little mound visit here. I don't know. Count. First base, of course, is now free. Something that
sometimes it's mechanical, and a lot of times your brother always said, I'm not going to go out there and talk mechanics with the kid during the middle of an inning.
No, because that's just going to screw him up.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's a blatant mechanical error, then that needs to be discussed.
3-1 pitch. I hope you didn't park over there, Brandon.
No.
Somebody is about ready. Now look at that ball blow back. Wow. Just out of play. That looked like it was heading into the parking lot.
It did.
And it got up in the jet stream, and it must have blown back 15, 20 feet.
Yep.
Down the left field line, and the right field line for that matter, at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, there is a white line that runs parallel to the dugout. That is out of play. So even if the shortstop had made that catch, if he was on the other side of that white line, catch or no catch, it doesn't count. Full count. Strikes him out.
That curve.
2 pitch. We have no score. It is Wenatchee AppleSox and the Bellingham Bells. We're off to the second inning. You're watching West Coast.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an Environmentally Green Dealership Award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Oli Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
Hi, my name is Courtney, and AmeriCorps has given me the opportunity to change careers, learn new skills, and serve my community in a meaningful way. I am so glad that I chose AmeriCorps.
My service with AmeriCorps has allowed me to make a difference in the lives of people that I wouldn't have otherwise made.
My service in AmeriCorps allowed me to make huge impact to community having fun.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to serve and use my skills for the greater good. I highly recommend serving with AmeriCorps. You will change your life.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Well, we're back here, top of the second inning. Mr. Kirkpatrick was our leadoff hitter. You missed that. I'm sorry, I missed it too.
Ground out to third base.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Dan Kuntz alongside Brandon Schmitten here. Paul Thomas Sr. on a beautiful night for a ball game.
Eric and I always talk about how first pitch strikes are always so important.
Oh yeah.
And Garrett's doing a great job tonight of getting ahead of hitters and making it tough for him. You know, it's hard to hit when you're on the defensive.
You got to. This is why we have you here, Brandon, for that kind of insightful commentary. We've had a slew of foul balls early on in this contest.
You know, I look at these uniforms right here, and all I can think of is the Milwaukee Brewers, the old school Milwaukee Brewers. Paul Molitor out there playing third base, right?
Of course, that ball is going to be maybe blow back in. Oh, he made a good run at it. Now, of course, just in the last inning, if that ball was maybe 15 feet higher, he's going to catch it because he's going to find that jet stream. There is some blockage of the wind here with the big old 90-year on Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, but there are some gaps.
Yes.
There, and one of them is right above the concession stand, and with the wind blowing, I can do that. Of course, the Milwaukee Brewers inherited the colors from the Seattle Pilots.
Is that the truth?
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, because of course they were the
yeah.
Pilots for 1 year in '69, and then moved to Milwaukee in 1970. In fact, if you see some early photos from the early days of the Milwaukee Brewers in 1970, you can see where they took the word Pilots off the jersey.
Oh, really?
And just sewed Brewers over the top of it. Yeah. Well, the whole thing happened in about a week. They didn't have time to get jerseys. Another foul ball.
And that was before the teams had 25 different jerseys. And, yeah.
I believe the individual teams are responsible for stocking the baseballs. They have to pay for them. So Jose Oglesby is going to be a poor man by the time this game is over. Oh.
Yeah, that's always a neat thing, though. You get a foul ball, you bring it in, you get yourself a free.
The count, one out here. Top of the second inning.
Oh,
nice play. Nice play.
Who do we got down there at third base? Max Clark.
We're thrown for a loop because some of our regular players are playing positions we're not familiar with, or we haven't seen them anyway. Mr. Benevidez is a perfect example of that. He's playing third base today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last time I saw him, he was playing first base.
Right, he was.
And, of course, he pitches, too, as we now know.
We've got...
Oh, go ahead. No, I was just going to say early on, Mr. Ahern looks pretty good. Granted, it's only the second inning, but I'm impressed so far.
Yes. Shedlock here is from Cal State Santa Bernardino. And they have two players on their team from the same college. It's always a fun thing to sit here and look at schools and say, where is that?
They are baseball mad in Central and Southern California.
Yeah.
It's in the blood there. 2-1 to the count. 2 outs. Good pitch there.
He's got a lot of movement on that fastball.
Two pitch, fouled off, but that one's going to probably end up back in play, I'm assuming.
Yes, it will. Thank goodness for that net.
Nice catch off the backstop, by the way, by one of the AppleSox bench players. And another foul ball out of the ballpark. By the way, folks, just outside the east recessed into the ground, you notice the players are out on the artificial turf. That's also out of play. So if the ball ends up, if you touch the ball in that area, watch out, guys. That also is not a catch.
This is, you had mentioned foul balls. This is a great job by Bellingham. You know, Garrett is doing a great job pitching tonight, but they're making him throw a lot of pitches. So is that
that's the fourth foul ball, down the left field line there. And the third one that has had to be filled by I mean, at least the AppleSox bench players are going to be alert tonight.
Right.
He's giving them all the action.
Oh. Oh, call it.
Oh,
yes, no, yes. Okay, I'll call it.
He took his time, but he called a strike. And that will wrap up the top of the second inning. No score. The Wenatchee AppleSox and the Bellingham Bells. You're watching Wenatchee Channel. We think you're watching it because we have some technical.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Back out of here, Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, as we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score between the AppleSox and the Bells. We already have a final, Brandon, from earlier today. Edmonton, the Riverhawks knocked off Kelowna 11-4. That's in Edmonton, and the game started at 11 o'clock our time this morning.
Wow.
Well, Edmonton is definitely off the beaten path.
Right.
In the West Coast League. It's the only team in the only franchise in the league that most teams fly to.
Okay.
I mean, it's Edmonton. For
right.
Out loud.
And I take it this is the last game of the series, and so they're flying out.
Yep. And that is going to be the case for a lot of teams playing in Edmonton for that last game of the three-game series.
Yeah.
They'll get an early start because they got to fly home.
Kind of like the 105 game start for the Mariners.
At bat, that ball's going to get up in the air. To get out of the ballpark. Last night, that was probably a home run. Tonight, it is not.
Pop up to the first baseman was a home run last night.
Cannon Perry to the plate we go. Is this a hitter's park?
You know, especially to right field.
Yeah.
The ball seems to travel really well here. It is exceptionally deep to center. Oh, that ball's going to travel well to left field.
Let's see if the wind blows back in. It is caught. Got a hold of it pretty good.
Yeah, he did hit that well.
I think the wind has definitely died down quite a bit. I'm looking at the trees, and they're really not moving much at all here. And the flag in center field.
Yeah, if anything, I think that held the ball up. If the wind was blowing up there, that would have held that ball up a little bit.
Hunter Freeberg, outfielder. Thing.
You know, it's always amazing for me to watch these guys who are exceptional baseball players for their age, and then you watch major league games, and they miss balls and still hit them out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
That just tells you how good those players are.
I could not hit a major league pitch in 100 tries. As soon as he started his windup, I'd start swinging.
Right.
That would be going on.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
He'd throw you a changeup.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Again, no score between the Bells and the AppleSox. Bellingham winning the opener of the 3-game set 6-1 last night. It wasn't really that close. AppleSox only scratching out 3 hits on the night. They had a combined no-hitter yesterday for Ridgefield.
Wow.
The Ridgefield franchise of the West Coast League, 3 pitchers combined for a no-hitter.
That's always an impressive feat, isn't it?
It is. From either team here in all the years I've been coming to AppleSox baseball. I don't think there has been one. And another foul ball out into the parking lot.
I think the owner's going to just go pull up a chair over there.
Oh, yeah, poor Jose. He's lost about 12 baseballs so
and
far
those
today.
balls are not cheap.
No, they're not. 2-2, 2 outs. So we're 2s across the board and a called third strike on Hunter Freeberg. We're through 2.5. No score between the Bells and the AppleSox. You're watching Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey, man. How's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Check out clubprocashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you by Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. We've gotten a lot of good kids from that organization. Great head start if you know what you want to do in the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center can start you on that process. And perhaps television broadcasting. We shall see. Top of the third inning, again, no score between the AppleSox and the Bellingham Bells. Dan Kuntz alongside Brandon Schmitten. And a good ripper from Mr. Ahern.
Yes.
For the first pitch. Now, I don't know if he's going to be on a limited pitch count. Oh, a little to the right.
Oh, that's catchable.
He's got a chance.
Well.
Nope, just out of play. The number one rule of thumb for AppleSox players, between the players, Mitch Darlington, and the coaches at their colleges, is don't come back damaged goods.
Right.
That's a big thing. This is just hone your skills, make yourself a better ball player when the autumn comes, and just don't be stupid and play entertaining baseball.
Yeah. It's kind of like we have them on loan.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
They are getting scholarship what they're getting here.
How was your credit rating, by the way, Brandon?
My credit rating.
Yeah, you mentioned loan. So.
I think I'm at a 620. Is that good?
That's not bad, you know.
I hope that's not the case.
2-2 is the pitch. Just a bit inside. Almost hit him. Full count. Yeah, I can't get the Milwaukee Brewer uniform thing out of my eye now.
Sorry.
High chopper. This could be
that's
trouble.
That's going to be a tough play.
That's going to be trouble. Nope.
There goes the no-hitter.
Yep. There goes the no-hitter. It should be pointed out that I think it would have beat that out anyway.
I think so. Yep. You know, I was surprised there that Garrett didn't try and make a play on that with as high as that went.
Yep. Well, of course, traditionally your third baseman has your strongest arm of the infield,
right.
But that ball took forever to come down with the throw.
Yeah.
That's just asking for trouble. And here comes the wind again.
So you mentioned it last inning. That's what happens.
Ripped up the middle.
Ooh. That was great effort right there.
You got to score. You had a base hit, I think.
I would call it that.
Yep. I mean, he knocked it down, which is the best you could do for a shot up the middle.
And the bummer thing there is we had an opportunity to get the guy at second base, but it just bounced slightly away because our shortstop was there covering and gave us an opportunity. But
Bellingham has their best chance to knock one in here in the top of the third inning.
I was going to say, we'll see if
he shows bunt.
It's a little
pulls back
outside,
and he takes it for a strike.
We'll take that.
Infield now playing in a little bit. The second baseman and the shortstop, they have since separated a little bit, but our shortstop is playing very close to second now. Big gap between the shortstop and the third baseman.
Good pitch.
That looked pretty much identical to the one that just happened.
Yeah.
So the bunt is off on 0-2 unless the Bellingham coach is real adventurous. We shall see.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often where, you know, you get a foul ball and it's a strikeout.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Busted him inside. That's a good use of pitches right there from Garrett Ahern. He went outside and low on the first two and then in and tight on the third. Completely handcuffed that batter.
Change the eyes on that.
And now we have an out, and a double play gets us out of the inning.
You know, you had mentioned the scabbiness of the field. The first game, the opener, the grass looked a little bit scabby, but it's, yeah.
Of course, it was still spring, and also it should be pointed out that they had a chance to really work on it when the AppleSox were on their 6-game road trip.
Right.
So nothing makes a baseball field recover than not having a baseball game played on it.
Yes.
So,
and that just makes you appreciate, too, how good the major league ballparks are. Jeez.
By the way, they're going to be making some improvements to the foul territory in the off-season. Both the AppleSox and the Wenatchee Valley College got some money and some of their own money. And the area in the backstop area is going to be turfed. So they'll be putting in some field turf. Yep. They want to take care of some of the drainage issues that they have, especially down the left field line, the third base line. They've had some drainage issues in years past. That'll take care of that. And they'll be putting in some drains as well, I understand. 0-2 is the count.
Yeah, turf makes field work pretty easy. Yeah, playing over at Wenatchee, it's a definite advantage.
Advantage for the Panthers.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now a lot of teams are going with the field turf, at least on the infield.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
And you know, maintenance-wise, it just saves so much time.
I mean, what's the first thing the kids have to do after each game? They have to drag the field. They got to water the field. They
pull
all
weeds,
of that stuff.
Put down.
All they have to do at the end
of
the end of a game on the field turf is pick up the bases.
Yeah,
that's about it.
If you even do that,
that's true.
If you got a locked park like this in Rec Park, you don't even need to.
Here's a surprising development: a foul ball. Haven't seen one of those for a while. Let's see if Garrett Ahern can get out of this right now with a strikeout. A little trouble early. He settled down. Again, shortstop is playing very close to second base, so there's a big gap between the third baseman and the shortstop.
There is. And
down the right field line, foul ball.
You know, I don't know that they've done a ton of charting, but a lot of times, you know, after a couple games, you're going to know where a guy hits it.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody is a spray hitter, as we'd call it. Some people are straight pole hitter, and you can take advantage of that.
Gets out of the jam, Garrett Ahern does. A couple of runners on, but he struck out the next three, and the fire is out. Heading to the bottom of the third inning, no score between the Bells and the AppleSox. You watch Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Lifeline Ambulance has partnered with Wenatchee Valley Tech to provide EMT certification training within the high school. This opens up career opportunities in EMS, fire, and other medical fields, and gives these students a leg up when entering the workforce.
Students at Wenatchee Valley Tech, through our partnership with Lifeline Ambulance, can now earn their National Registry EMT certification.
Your stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College for AppleSox baseball. No score between
AmeriCorps allows
and the Wenatchee AppleSox. I'm Dan Kuntz alongside Brandon Schmitten. AppleSox baseball brought to you by Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Together for Youth and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, which hopefully by the end of the game we won't need their services. Brandon. Elijah Pileo
is leading off in the bottom of the third inning. All the players have their own custom walk-up music. In fact, when we got here earlier today, they were loading the new players on the roster.
Really?
They were loading the walk-up music into the computer up top.
Yeah, those are kind of fun, aren't they?
When I was the PA guy here, they had a hard and fast rule: no walk-up music that you could pick on your own.
Really?
Because that way we just didn't have to worry about it. It was just generic
it's just
clapping.
one more thing, right?
Yeah. Of course, technically speaking, for the last time I was the public address announcer here, and what we have. Board
it's amazing.
Jose helped pay for out there in center field. They've done a really good job with this ballpark. Foul ball off the Jack and Emma McGuire Athletic Center, just behind us here. That ball is definitely going to come back.
Yes, it will.
Yep. 0-2 is the count. Again, no score. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Game's moving along fairly decently so far.
Nice pitch. That's his go-to right there, isn't it?
He didn't, Mr. Peleo didn't really look like he was paying much attention to that at bat.
No.
He almost was walking back to the dugout when the ball was on its way to the plate.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm done with this at bat.
First time through the lineup, we've got 4 strikeouts.
Aiden Doherty stepping into the plate.
And the coach's worst nightmare is 3 of them are looking. Tundi.
You got to take the bat off the shoulder. One of the 10 commandments of baseball from Joe McCarthy.
Yep.
If you don't swing, the odds of you getting a hit go way down. There's a good one down the line. Let's see if he's going to go for 2. He's going to
hold up.
He's going to hold up, and a good move there. Nice throw by the left fielder. So the AppleSox with a runner on with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. And look who's up. It's our favorite Cougar, Max Hartman.
See if you can't keep the hot streak going.
How did the Cougs do this year? I'm sorry, I follow college baseball, from the outside, really. I don't really know.
I think they had a pretty decent year. I don't, honestly, I don't really follow, I know this is going to sound bad, but I don't really follow WSU baseball. Just because...
Well, you've got a good team to follow.
Right. Well, and the reason I follow them is I coached their head coach when he was in high school for 4 years at Lake Stevens. So I've got a little bias there. And my wife went to Oregon State, too. So.
And, of course, once again, speaking of Oregon State, Corvallis off to a great start. 9-1 this year, the defending champions. For, 4 or 5 years in a row now, Corvallis has won the championship. And, of course, they have one distinct advantage. They get all these Oregon State players who just stay in Corvallis for the summertime.
Yeah.
And play for the Knights.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Ed Negg's coaching down there, too.
And, having Ed is not bad at all. 2-1 is the count, 1 out. Toss back to first.
There was a former Wenatchee Valley Knight that used to coach down there, too. His name was Bo Kearns, and he just got a job as the baseball operations manager or director for the University. He's
a Ute.
Yes, so he's done coaching at Corvallis and head off to Salt Lake City to coach. So
good for him. I like it when I hear that.
Yeah.
3-2 is now the count after we fouled it off. 1 out here in the third inning.
Yeah, it's always fun hearing baseball stories and where people started and ended up. So funny story about him. He played at Wenatchee Valley College, then went to LC State and was the College World Series MVP for the NAIA.
He's going for it, and he's in there.
Stole that one pretty easy.
Easy steal. Oh,
ball 4.
Ball 4. I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Look who's on base again. Max Hartman now. We got something cooking here. Runners on second and first with just 1 out. And Mr. Kade Benevidez. For Kade to put some good wood on the ball.
And I know he got walked there, but Aiden had that base stolen pretty easily, didn't he?
Yeah, he would have stole that anyway. Big chance for Mr. Benevidez here. And you got to like the righty on lefty matchup.
Yes. And the breeze is picking up.
And the wind blowing out to right. Yep, it all adds up. Let's see what happens.
And he hits it to left.
He dumps it to left, and that's going to fall in.
That's going to drop, Yep. Let's go score him.
That's going to score at least one. Shortstop is a cutoff man.
Safe.
No, I think he was out. I think that was the right call.
I'm agreeing with the fan over here.
Cruz is the field umpire, but I was looking at that the whole time, Brendan. I think actually she made the right call on that one.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Mitch, of course,
we never like calls that go against us.
Mitch, I don't know if he's going to ask for a little help on that. Of course, Mitch Darlington found himself on the wrong side of the umpire's thumb on opening. Umpire is not covering. So the home plate umpire's job is to find out what's going on at second.
The only thing I think about with that is, as a coach, I'm still
He's blocking the view of the Bellingham coach.
Benevidez and RBI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 1-0, by the way. While all this is going on. Now, second and third, and a chance to add more. Outside for ball one. Shortstop is playing on the grass, as is the second baseman, very deep.
Ooh,
and that is going to be
it's
dropped. Everybody is safe. Ball rolls.
Good effort right there. If he doesn't catch that, we're definitely scoring one, and or knock it down, I guess I should say. I give that a base hit too. How about you, Dan?
That's a base hit. If that ball was just a little bit higher, you could almost do an infield fly call on that, don't you think?
That's got to be a lot higher.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I've seen plays just like that, and he dropped the ball legitimately, but I've seen players drop it on purpose.
Well, and there was nobody at first base, so you can't have an infield fly on that.
That could be two. Runner.
Yeah. Gets a run in.
Scores another run in. It is now 2-0. AppleSox as Mr. Hartman makes it all the way around the bases. Runners now on first and second. So they traded the out for the run, which is a pretty good deal for Bellingham right now, considering the bases were loaded. Max Clark, University of Washington product, steps up to the plate.
University of Washington or Washington State University?
Well, it's got a Husky.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Oh, okay.
Sorry to insult you there.
No, I had it written down as WSU.
University of Washington has a baseball program now.
They do. You know what? They've been pretty good.
They have field turf too, as well.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know of many. Well, I know that Oregon State, Oregon, WSU, and UW all have it. I don't know about the we do. So
1-1 is the count to Max Clark. Swung at a high one there. One of the nice things about Oregon State putting together one of the best baseball programs among the big colleges is it forced Oregon to go back and start fielding a baseball team again.
Right.
They didn't have one.
Yeah.
Of course, they dropped baseball years ago, and then when Oregon State got good, Oregon said, well, got to keep up with the Beavs.
Yeah. And that's a difficult thing, but both of them made it to the Super Regionals this year.
And the big controversy down in Eugene, Schmitty, is, of course, Title IX. They added a men's sport that they didn't have before, so they were, they have to add a women's sport, competitive sport.
Right.
To even out the field, as well they should, and they chose cheerleading.
Really?
And they're the only team in the now late lamented Pac-12 that actually had competitive.
AmeriCorps allows me to make a huge impact on my community and kickstart my career.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to use my skills for the greater good.
Serving in AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to help in my community. Take a few minutes to see how you can help your community.
AmeriCorps does vital work in our region. You can make a difference. Join today and make the impact.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Back out of here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, West Coast League Baseball, Bellingham Bells, Wenatchee AppleSox. 2-0 AppleSox. They had the bases loaded in the bottom of the previous inning and could have done a little bit more. Pretty happy with just the 2 runs on the board for Wenatchee. They'll take that as well. Garrett Ahern is out for his 3rd inning of work. He's looked pretty good so far. They haven't made a great deal of contact on him. The one solid base hit was up the middle, and even that wasn't real solid.
Yeah, and this is inning number 4 for him.
Yep.
Yeah. And, talking about getting the bases loaded, for the Bellingham Bells, they had runners at first and second, nobody out. Tried to bunt on the first pitch and didn't get it done, and then strike out. Yeah. So Garrett's doing a good job of managing the game here.
Now the Bells are through the lineup now for the 2nd time. Let's see if they've been able to figure out Mr. Garrett here. And another foul ball off into the soccer field. I don't know if anybody keeps track of the record for foul balls, but we have to be on record pace here. and we're joking about the foul balls. There is very little netting here. A lot here because there's just not a lot of netting that's going to keep the ball in the ballpark.
Ooh, he likes that pitch. That umpire does, doesn't he?
Low and inside.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here. The top of the 4th inning. Sox up, 2-0. Well hit. Oop. First baseman unassisted. Nice scoop. And 1 out. Just 3 hits apiece for either team. And none of them really cheap. Haven't seen a real cheap hit yet. That was my specialty in Little League, the cheap hit. Did you play the same position from Little League all the way to junior high? And
no,
you moved around.
I played. They'll be like, "Well, why does he have me playing at shortstop? I've never played shortstop." I'm like, "Go there and get it done. You're an athlete. Go play, right?"
Sure.
Well, I played shortstop a lot when I was young, and then I pitched some too. And then I remember going down to Sunnyside and playing in Prosser, playing in a doubleheader as a sophomore. And I look at the lineup and I'm like, I'm playing third base. And I went up to Coach. I said, Coach, I love it. Thanks. Ooh, foul ball.
I heard a tick.
Yeah.
I definitely. He's saying no. I heard a tick.
Oh, he said it was off his mask or something.
Gotcha.
But I looked at the lineup and it said, hey, Schmitten at third base. I'm like, all right. I've never played here. He's like, good luck. And then I
did you do?
I did well.
Okay.
And then the next game, looked at the lineup card and it said Schmitten at first base. And I'm like, I've never played here. Good luck. First and third lot.
It probably made you a better ball player.
It did, yeah. And, like you had mentioned earlier, people playing all kinds of different positions, you want to be versatile.
Yeah,
you don't want to say, unless you are like Julio, you can say, I am the center fielder, right? But not a lot of people can do that.
It'll get you more playing time. If you can play any position, you're going to be in the lineup.
Yeah. And then pitching, I like to pitch a little bit too.
Sure.
Yeah, I played mostly dirt is what I played.
Full count here, 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. I either pitched or played first base, and that was it.
Oh, nice pitch there.
Beautiful off-speed pitch. He had him fooled right out of the hand there. How many strikeouts is that for Garrett, my friend?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strikes. Pretty good outing. We got somebody warming up down in the bullpen.
Yes, we do. I'm sure he's on a. This is his first time he's seen action in quite some time. So,
Eric normally carries some binoculars. I don't have good enough vision.
I can't see that. He's wearing a red top and white bottoms. That's
blue hat.
Blue hat. That's about it. Ball's a little low and inside.
I did just see him.
Easy ground ball.
Oh, lazy fielded. Good hustle getting over there.
Yep. Looked pretty close.
Yes.
But no damage done from Bellingham. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the AppleSox 2 and the Bells nothing. You're watching Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
And the AppleSox carrying a 2-0 lead. And once again, as I look out to the American flag just past the center field fence, it is limp.
Yes.
We
still feel a little bit of breeze over in this direction, but not much.
Cannon Perry leads off the bottom of the 4th. Again, the AppleSox have a 2-0 lead.
There he goes back with that curveball. That's his go-to pitch.
Caleb Cassie is the starting pitcher for the Bellingham Bells, or as Brandon likes to say, the Milwaukee Brewers. Probably my favorite stadium of all the West Coast League stadiums, and there's some pretty great ones, is where Bellingham plays. Yeah. It just reeks of history. It's a beautiful ballpark.
What is that ballpark called?
I can't remember for the life of me. It's driving me nuts. It's one of the best places to watch a baseball game anywhere in the Pacific Northwest. Brandon's going to look that up real quick.
I am.
0-2 here on Cannon Perry. I want to say like Memorial Stadium or something. It's named after somebody, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
After somebody, yeah.
Let me look this up here. Thank goodness for phones, right?
Right back at us. He got just missed making good contact on that one, but it's still 0-2. And one of the few foul balls that have stayed inside
Joe Martin Stadium?
Joe Martin Stadium, yep. It is.
Now, there's a Joe Martin Stadium in Spokane, isn't it? Isn't that Joe Martin Stadium?
No, you're thinking about Pullman in the football field, aren't you, Martin Stadium?
Yes. Yeah, what was the one in Spokane? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What's the one in Spokane called? The one out by Spokane Falls Community College? The old one where WICU used to play some of their games.
Oh, you mean Albee, Joe Albee.
Joe Albee,
which is
that's
long
where I got.
Yeah, that's like an apartment complex now.
Is it?
Yeah, they built a brand new downtown, beautiful stadium in Spokane for all the Greater Spokane League teams. Yeah, in fact, for about 2.5, 3 years, all the Greater Spokane League football teams that played at Joe Albee had to play someplace else.
Right.
Some of them built their own small stadiums. Gonzaga has always played on their campus.
Yes.
They never played at Albee. Yeah, now beautiful stadium in downtown Spokane that's opened this year.
Okay.
Opened this last fall. So all the Greater Spokane League teams play their games there, with the exception of Gonzaga. And I think maybe Central Valley. Central Valley built a really nice stadium on their campus.
And I bet you that's CV and then East
University
Valley.
Maybe plays there. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful facility.
Yeah, so that's where I was getting confused. Joe and Martin, so Joe Albee.
And you're old and you're not real bright, so you have to put that stuff in there.
That is a solid point.
Yeah. Mr. Peary's put together a very good at-bat while Brandon and I were wasting your time. He's hung right in there. He fell down early, 0-2, but taking a couple of balls, fouled him off. He's making them work here.
We got somebody up in the bullpen down there for Bellingham right now, too. There he goes with that
after all that
slider right
he
there.
Strikes out. He really likes not only that pitch, but he likes the outside part of the plate regardless of who he's pitching to.
Yeah.
We'd like that. Hunter Freeberg, the big lefty, steps in. Nice pitch, good strike. Good crowd here tonight. There's a lot of people here. I think I think people are digging the fact that we have a good competitive team, and really have been since Mitch Darlington took the helm. He's done a great job.
He has. Is this his third or fourth year? Third year?
Third year, yep. We had Krusty for a year, then we had COVID, and Mitch came on board, young guy, you know. I think he's maybe early 30s now, but good find there. Getting Mitch Darlington on board. He knows his baseball. He's very even-keeled. I mean, when he got thrown out of the opening game, it's like, that's not the Mitch Darlington I know. Ground ball to shortstop, easy play. No problems at all. Two outs there.
Like I mentioned on that one, I think that was just a quick trigger by the base umpire.
Yep.
Trying to assert his dominance as a young umpire. And
I was working the center field camera, and I kept waiting for Mitch to actually leave the dugout and go into the clubhouse.
He took a little while, didn't he?
He took some time there. Elijah Pelelo to the plate. Last time he struck out looking and did not look good doing that. High and inside, ball one. People will follow a winner. You can have all the promotions and goofy stuff in the world to bring people to the ballpark, but you put together a winning team and entertaining product, people will come.
Yes.
And the promotions are just sugar on the ice cream.
That is true.
Foul ball down the left field line. 1-1. Again, 2 outs. 2-0 AppleSox here on a very pleasant Wednesday. I must say, I'm sick and tired of the wind. We had one wind gust yesterday, Tuesday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. 51 mile an hour wind gust up at Pangborn. So
that's extreme.
Yeah. That's when you have a hard time opening your car door or closing it.
Right.
I pop up to the second baseman. No real problems since the wind has died down. No real fight from the AppleSox. In the 4th inning, we're through 4 complete. AppleSox 2, Bells nothing. You're watching Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Back out at the Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, the between-inning entertainment was the mustard and ketchup race. Won handily by Ketchup because the good Thursday field warning track by the scoreboard, and Ketchup just
demolished him.
Just turned on Mustard and knocked him out. And then jogged home. That's not how you're supposed to win that. No wonder there's no wagering during the Ketchup and Mustard race. Mustard or ketchup on the hot dog?
Oh, I gotta do a both.
No.
Especially a corn dog.
No.
Corn dog, you gotta go with mustard.
Brandon, that's an aesthetic crime against the delicacy. It's mustard and mustard only. Yes.
I got to have a little bit of ketchup there.
No. I mean, I respect your opinion. Everybody's entitled to that, but you're just wrong there. Point that out. No, mustard and onions.
Mustard. I like the onions. I like sauerkraut.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So speaking of hot dogs.
I won't be kissing anybody after eating that. Go ahead.
Speaking of hot dogs, do you see the Joey Chestnut debacle?
Did I hear about that in passing?
Yeah, he is now promoting a different hot dog. So Nathan said
he signed with a vegan hot dog, right?
Yeah. Yep, the Impossible Dog or something.
And so
now him and Kobayashi. Remember Kobayashi?
Yeah, sure.
They're gonna have a eating contest on Netflix. I saw today.
Competitive eating. I will pass on that. Andrew Monson leads off the top of the 5th inning for the Bellingham Bells. 2-0 AppleSox lead. We have a new pitcher in the game, my friend.
Yeah, who is Andrew Monson? Andrew Monson is pitching.
That's
and we got
Shedlock.
Shedlock hitting.
Yep.
Struck out last time on a curveball.
I got hungry when you started talking about food. Nothing like a hot dog at the ballpark.
Yes. Do you have a favorite hot dog you've ever had?
You mean
in any particular spot?
I had a Dodger dog once, and it was pretty good. I like any hot dog that's longer than the bun.
There you go.
That's an absolute prerequisite on that.
I like the hot dogs at Wrigley Field.
Oh, I've never been to Wrigley.
Yeah, they have all the fixins like peppers and relishes.
And you get to they have a bar, so they just give you the hot dog in the bun, and you put whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Anything that when they give you the little plastic packages, the pouches of ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
2-2 is the count. Again, we're at the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Wrigley's definitely a place to go watch a game.
I haven't been to Wrigley. I've been to. It's funny what you talk about your funny stories. The first Major League Baseball game I ever saw in my life, I was just about 12 years old.
There we go.
The park still exists, kind of, as a strikeout.
That's an apartment complex again?
You would never guess where I watched my very first Major League Baseball game in the summer of '76. So you know it wasn't the Mariners.
Yeah, so because they started in
77.
77. So, are you going to tell me it was the Pilots?
No, because the Pilots were 69 and they were gone.
Okay.
If I went to a Seattle Pilots game when I was 5, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I probably did, but I don't remember.
Right. Where's it at?
We watched the Atlanta Braves and the Montreal Expos at Jarry Park in Montreal.
Nice.
Yep. July of '76. We were in Montreal for the Olympics.
Okay.
And we took the day off and we went out to the ballpark.
Nice. So you went up for the Olympics?
Yeah, well, our family went to the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal.
What a great trip.
And then we went to Quebec City afterwards.
Okay.
For another week or so. Yeah, it was about 3 weeks in Canada. It was great. Fantastic. Great memories. Everybody should go to the Olympics once. I mean, if you're even moderately interested in it.
Right.
And you need to go in a foreign country.
Yeah.
Going to the Olympics in the United States is one thing. Going to the Olympics in Tokyo or London or Paris, as it is this year, or anyplace else, is another story altogether. Mm-hmm. It's like the whole world is in one location.
It's kind of like, you remember the old Expos?
Sure.
And we've had one in Spokane. We had one up in Vancouver.
Expo 74. I remember going to that. Yep.
I went to the one up in Vancouver. I remember that when I was a kid.
Well, didn't you go to Expo 1939?
I did.
Expo 39. But you were just a teenager.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it to Expo 74 because I wasn't alive yet.
Full count. One out. Brandon may get that one.
No, over my head.
Just
another foul ball, though.
One of the classic baseball stories, 1989, Bart Giamatti takes over as commissioner, and he goes to a game at Cincinnati. And this is when they still had the leagues, the separate leagues, and so the president of the National League's autograph was on the National League Baseball, and the president of the American League's signature was on the American League Baseball. And Bart Giamatti was the National League president in 1989. He becomes the commissioner of baseball. He's at a game, and they ask him to sign a ball, and they get a brand new ball out of the box, a game, and he looks at it, and it has his signature on it.
He goes,
"Here last year." He goes, "Come on, folks, get with it." It was the ball from the year before because they had his signature on it.
That's funny.
They were trying to use the rest of the balls up.
Well, as we mentioned, the expense of those things is crazy.
I don't know what a dozen Major League Baseball cost for. Mark Miller, general manager of the Town Toyota Center, dropping by. So we've had our first celebrity sighting.
Thank you for having graduation again this year for the Eastmont High School.
Mark Miller, by the way, desperately needs to visit a barber. That's the longest I've ever seen his hair.
Want to call Stacy?
And by the way, congratulations to his Texas Longhorns. They're in the College World Series again, I believe, this year. Is that correct? Foul ball down the left field line. Ooh, that hit the light standard, didn't it?
I think it did. Yeah.
I think it struck the light standard and popped out to the.
Almost got a natural story there, didn't we?
Yeah, really.
Sparks flying. Yeah, a friend of mine, kid that played for me at Eastmont, he is now the.
Struck him out looking. Nicely done.
He's now the clubhouse manager for the Spokane Indians.
Oh, okay.
And so I asked him.
Tied out by the umpire. He has looks like he has some equipment. Oh, he's getting some new golf balls.
Golf balls.
Some new baseballs.
It's not like your game where you're slicing them out. But Joey Scott, I asked him, how many balls do you guys go through? And he says that they'll rub down 10 dozen baseballs for a game. And
so 120.
Yeah, and each ball is probably $10 a piece. So,
and they could last as little as one pitch.
In the major leagues, they do.
Yeah.
If it touches dirt at any time, they throw it out.
And that's something that's new, because back in the day, not that long ago even, really the 70s and 80s, that was considered one of the better strategic moves for the defense. If a guy hits the ball and it's a solid base hit and the outfielder fields it, the outfielder and the infielders were taught to let the ball bounce once in the dirt.
Yep, scuff it up a little bit.
And then give the ball to the pitcher, so he's got a slightly misshapen ball. That was an old Billy Martin trick.
And the deal with that is there's a little scuff on it.
Yep.
And in high school, the funny thing is pitchers don't know what to do with those. Know what to do with them. And,
yep.
Kids will see a ball that's scuffed as a pitcher and throw it out instead of say, give me that thing
you
back.
Want that.
Yeah.
That's going to do funny things on the way to the plate. 2-2 is the count, 2 outs here.
As long as you can get it to do what you want it to do.
Right. That's one of those cool little inside baseball things that you don't really see anymore. The purposely throwing the ball into the dirt to scuff it up and still keep it in play.
Is he going to make that play?
That was a tough play. That was a perfectly placed base hit.
Yep.
And the Bells have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Again, not real solid contact.
No.
In fact, the balls that have been hit the best so far today have been foul balls.
Right.
And we don't say that joshingly. It's absolutely true. Nobody warming up in the AppleSox bullpen. There is some activity in the Bellingham bullpen down the right field line. And as you can probably tell by the audio, the wind has returned. I'm just make me quit talking about how the wind died down.
Please do.
I mean, if you need to yell at me, I have no problems with that. It happens basically on a daily basis. So
there you go.
1-0 the count. Again, runners on first and second, but with 2 outs.
Anything hit to the outfield, the runner from second's going to be going.
Yep.
That's for sure.
One of those foul balls that are hit straight back, which means he just missed making really good contact there. I think you're right. I think this has been one of the windier late springs that we've had.
Yeah, because the early spring was great.
Yeah, it was
there
beautiful.
was hardly any wind at all, and then
the weather over Apple Blossom was a little cool.
Yeah. But then about, 4 or 5 weeks ago, the wind started blowing, and it hasn't stopped.
And we had record high temperatures in like March,
right?
April.
Yep.
You know,
great day for high school baseball.
Yeah. 1-2 the count. Again, 2 outs. That looked awfully good.
He likes that low pitch, though. That umpire does.
He does.
Low and on the outside corners. Been expanding that a little bit.
They certainly know what his strike zone is by now, Mr. Kaminski's.
Got it.
That's going to be
Get in.
Drop into no man's land.
There we go.
The wind looked for a minute there. That was going to drop in, but I think the wind gave it a little bit of a boost.
It did, yeah.
Right into the center fielder's mitt, and we are done with the top of the 5th inning. Wenatchee AppleSox 2, the Bellingham Bells nothing. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We're not affiliated with any of the network channels. We're a locally owned, locally managed television station who prides itself on being a reflection and a spotlight on the communities we call home here in North Central Washington. We need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your town auto group. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Back at it here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the AppleSox 2 and the Bellingham Bells 1. And as my good friend Tucker Wagner once said, nobody wins in baseball because nobody scores any points. He wanted me to do that joke.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he's actually a pretty cool guy.
He must like rugby or something.
I don't know what Tucker's favorite sport is, quite honest. I don't know. My guess is, knowing Tucker the way I do, any sport that involves violence of some kind.
Right.
Boxing, MMA fighting,
yep.
You know, anything where two people basically wail on each other.
Mm-hmm.
He would have loved the ketchup and mustard race earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been right up his alley. New pitcher for Bellingham. And we're looking for his number in the roster. And again, rosters are very much in flux.
Oh, maybe we can check on here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
His favorite sport, we're told now, is jousting.
Jousting. All right.
Yes. Well, he's got a bit of a medieval, part to him.
I think this has either got to be Anderson or Van Beck, but they don't have have jersey numbers on their lineup card, which is strange.
We're kind of just going blind. We don't know who the batter is. It's Aiden Doherty, that much we know.
Now, Nathan Van Beck or Van Beek is supposed to be number 12, and I don't see an Anderson on their lineup. So,
and again, this guy
might be Anderson.
Yeah. Again, rosters are in flux, especially pitchers who come and go with alarming regularity. I mean, there's a dozen pitchers on the roster, as most of them are.
Yeah.
So, and that's all part and parcel for this time of the year in West Coast League Baseball.
Now, is there a limit to how many kids they can have on each team?
I think there is a limit to the number of active players you can have.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the AppleSox, I mean, what do we have in the first game of the year? There must have been 30 guys in that dugout.
Yeah.
So,
well, and there looks to be
close to 30
a lot
now.
over there. I
mean, honestly, don't know, but I think you can activate X amount of players.
Okay.
For any given night. But I'm sure there's extenuating circumstances, like, hey, both of my catchers are hurt. This guy isn't active, but he's the only guy who can catch. Can I bring him in? So.
Yeah, we've got 20 active tonight.
Okay.
So.
Caught looking for the strikeout in the bottom of the 5th inning. Max Hartman now, our leadoff hitter.
Batting 2 tonight.
Batting 2.
Yeah.
He's been an on-base machine.
He has.
Not only tonight, but really all year long. Just the kind of guy you want hitting first or second.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you get on base, just get on base.
Right.
Draws a lot of walks.
Eric and I were mentioning about him the other night. His first pitch of every at-bat, he stands on the white line, and then he adjusts himself back into the middle of the box. Kind of a different strategy, I think, just to see what how the pitcher's going to react or what his deal is on that.
And, of course, we've all seen really good hitters who will literally adjust their stance when the pitcher is in the windup.
Mm-hmm.
They will step forward a good 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah, that's somebody with a lot more athleticism than you or I.
Off the facade of the concession stand, yet another foul ball. 2-1 the count here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, the AppleSox leading the Bells 2-0. Although the Bells have out hit the AppleSox 4-3.
Yeah, it's not about how many hits you get. It's about how timely those hits are, right?
Exactly. Tell that to Mr. Cal Raleigh. He's been doing that with great regularity lately. And, of course, his game-winning hit last night was a 3-0 pitch.
Yeah.
And as you said afterwards, if it's your pitch, I don't care what the count is.
Yep.
So
now, was that last night or the night that he hit the grand slam?
No, that was last night. Last night, yeah.
And he had a 3-0 on the grand slam, too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. The most impressive at-bat that I saw in that game, though, was by Rayleigh.
Yeah.
When
that drag bunt.
Yes.
That was
I
a thing of beauty.
love seeing that.
And that has brought back the new rules in baseball, the pitch clock, the larger bases, the shift. More than anything else, you can't shift anymore, has brought back the bunt.
Yes.
Every team can bunt now.
Yeah.
And every team has to bunt.
Right.
There are some teams who never bunted. The shift simply eliminated that option.
Yeah.
And now we see what Rayleigh did the other night all the time. And it was the perfect scenario. The third baseman was almost playing in left field.
Right.
Of course I'm going to bunt the ball to the third baseman. He's never going to field it.
And he's fast.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. A little blooper base hit.
That's going to drop in.
Oh, yeah. That center fielder's got some wheels on him, doesn't he?
And a stunning development, Max Hartman is on base. Wow. Baseball is always surprising. And once again, Kade Benevidez has a chance to drive in a couple of runs here. We're going to see a pinch runner?
No.
Nope. Oh, no. He just wants
some balls.
He just wants his bat. A lot of these guys probably still getting used to the wood bat.
Yeah, because if you're at a four-year college, you're using metal.
Yeah.
Now, if you're at a community college, you use wood, which is kind of a crazy ordeal.
There's reasons for that, and the biggest one is that aluminum bats basically last forever.
Right.
Yeah.
But why would you do that at a junior college then?
Exactly. So, major leaguers should never, of course, obviously use that. That's never going to happen.
Right.
But eventually, and this is what scares me with the aluminum bat in big-time college baseball, somebody's going to get seriously hurt one of these days.
Yeah. Well, you know, they've done a good job of deadening. I'll use that word, deadening the bat. So truly, the difference between an aluminum bat nowadays and a wooden bat
not much
is there's virtually none.
Yeah, but aesthetics, I guess.
And there's a bigger sweet spot on an aluminum bat than there is on a, and we call it aluminum. Let's call it a metal bat because they're not aluminum anymore.
Right.
But there's a bigger sweet spot on your metal bats than there is on a wooden bat.
And again, they don't break. So from a budgetary standpoint, you know, you buy a dozen metal bats and you're going to have them for 50 years.
And if you look at this bat right here,
Kade Benevidez, nice pitch there.
Unless you're a baseball guru, you're not going to know what kind of bat that these kids are using by just looking at it here. But if you look at a college bat, it says the name in big bold writing and the different colors and stuff, so it's a little bit easier to tell. So maybe advertising could be a part of it too.
I never thought of it that way.
It's all about the almighty dollar, isn't it?
And by the way, Brandon Schmitten's commentary brought to you by Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate and Harvest Valley Pest Control. Proud sponsors of AppleSox Baseball. Yeah, pretty soon they'll sponsor each pitch. He's going.
Right.
And he's there easily. All speed there. He threw a fastball. Catcher popped right up, got it right out of his glove, made a good throw.
And the first thing the catcher did there was look down into the dugout. And I would assume what he was doing there is checking his pop time with the coach down there, because these guys are wanting to get better on a daily basis, and you know, the pop time is time to catch it to the time the second baseman catches or shortstop catches it, and it's a big thing for kids. It's a mark of their talent, numbers. So.
The only drawback, it wasn't the easiest pitch to throw to second on because it was an inside pitch on a right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
That could be problematic.
Yeah.
Just inside. 3-1 the count now. Now we got with a lefty on righty matchup on a 3-1 count with a couple of outs. Do you send him?
I don't.
Okay. I mean, he's probably going to, if the ball's going to hit in the outfield, he's going to score anyway.
Right.
And that ball is hitting the outfield, but center fielder settles underneath it. No damage done. And we're through 5. AppleSox 2, Bellingham 0. We're off to the 6th inning. You're watching Wenatchee AppleSox Baseball
on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Back out of here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. AppleSox lead the Bellingham Bells 2-0. AppleSox baseball brought to you by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, our gold supporter, the Town Auto Group. Not to mention Apple Valley Honda, Boswell's Home Furnishings, and Club Crow Bar and Grill. Other scores in the West Coast League in the bottom of the fifth, Port Angeles and Walla Walla are tied at 1 each. Poor Walla Walla's had a rough start of it this year. Kamloops leads Cowlitz right now 2-0. They're in the bottom of the seventh inning. That game's moving right along. Victoria leads Nanaimo as we speak 5-2. Bed leads Springfield in the bottom of the sixth 4-1. Yakima Valley, the Pippins over Ridgefield right now 5-3. That's in the bottom of the fifth. And the game just getting going in beautiful Portland. It's Corvallis 5, Portland 1 in the second inning. Corvallis could become the first team in West Coast League history to go like 32-1.
Yeah. We've got a new pitcher here, Tristan Lamaison, I would assume, is how you would pronounce his last name. San Diego University.
Let me take a look, see, because there was one guy that I think it's Lamaison actually. Joel told me it looks like one thing, but it's actually something else. I think it has kind of a French connotation.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that's the pronunciation.
You know, speaking about the Walla Walla Sweets, I think they fell apart once your sister left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Stephanie moved up here to the big city after retirement, and her husband Mark living life now here in the big city, after living in Walla Walla for like 30 years. She was the scorekeeper, official scorekeeper for Walla Walla Sweets baseball.
I think she was everything there, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Accountant, scorekeeper.
Yep. She loved the Sweets. She loved Walla Walla. She loved working for the Sweets. She loved being the official scorekeeper. There's one thing that she didn't like, and it was troubling for her, where she sat at Borleski Stadium was in a press box. It was an enclosed booth.
Yes.
So there was nobody else in there except herself.
Right.
So she couldn't say, "What did you think?"
Yeah.
Did you think? Do you think that was a hit? Was that an error?
Yeah.
Because we always thought, I mean, when I did public address here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, Kenny Murtaugh and Bruce Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
And I would talk, what did you think? And we kind of have a consensus on that, even though the final decision was actually Bruce's as the official scorekeeper. He could override any of us. But we always talked about it if it was judgment. She didn't get that. She didn't get that opportunity down at Walla Walla.
Yeah.
There was nobody there to talk to. So.
Well, that's
a
base
solid base hit. The kind of base hit you only hear with a wooden bat.
Yeah. Can't get much better sound than that, can you?
Yeah. There's one that's pretty close. The sound of a good, sharp fastball hitting the catcher's mitt.
Oh, yeah.
I like that, too.
The pop of the glove.
Yeah. We went to the American League Championship Series in the year 2000. It was 2001 when Roger Clemens just dominated the Mariners. We were right there. We had great seats. He threw a one-hitter, of course. And even that was a fluke. But I mean, that entire ballpark, it was completely packed. It's the American League Championship Series. You could almost feel Roger Clemens' pitches hit the glove of Jose Posada. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, how do you hit that?
That was an unfortunate year because I had taught a girl at Montesano, and she had season tickets, and she called me up and said, "Hey, Schmitty, if the Mariners make it to the World Series. You've got, I can't remember, I think it was like game number 3. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And
that's going to be a wild pitch, by the way.
Obviously didn't make it to the World Series that year, but that was frustrating.
Yeah. That 2001 team was still, people still talk about it.
Yeah. About what a great year or what a disappointment. Both,
I think,
right?
Well, they ran into the Yankees.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, and the Yankees shut down Ichiro.
Ooh, that ball's hit well.
That ball is really hit well. Into the jet stream.
That's a great,
beautiful
you see,
catch.
Now, this is where not knowing the ballpark, the Mejia, in my opinion, ball hit like that, he's got to be tagging on that play and advancing to third base, because there's no way, wind and everything, there's no way he's getting thrown out at third base there.
No, but he was halfway to third before he realized it was going to get caught.
Right.
And he had to backtrack, and by that point, you're done.
Because truly, if that ball is not caught, he's going to score if he's standing on second base.
So it doesn't matter.
So may as well get there, because at least you get one bag out of it. Well, maybe he lost his contact or something, because I don't think he saw that pass ball either.
Well, the first one was a wild pitch. That was definitely in the dirt, but that was a pass ball. So some control issues here. Mitch is pointing something out to the home plate umpire. Whatever that was about.
And I think we've got a new hitter here, don't we?
Yes, we do. We're too busy having fun and telling stories. Actually, I feel like I'm more like watching the baseball game than actually calling it here. It's been a long time since I put on the headset and called a baseball game. Again, having a hard time finding the strike zone.
Well, and again, Mejia at second base here. My question is, why is he not advancing? Right.
Again, not a lot of room between home plate and the backstop here.
Yeah.
And they did make up for that by putting the pads in, so it does deaden the bounce quite a bit. If they didn't have the padding there, almost any pass ball or wild pitch would prevent anybody from advancing.
Right. So who do we have here hitting? At number 4.
The font on my roster is really tiny. I'm having a hard time reading it. I got like Schmitten eyes here.
I got my glasses on. And
there's a nice strike.
He is without a number in the.
So he's consulting my phone.
Yeah, and coach didn't put the numbers on there, so I guess we'll just go with number 4.
There you go. Lou Garrett, because he's left-handed, he's wearing 4.
There you go. That sounds good.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2's across the board, and a 2-0 AppleSox lead. Everybody wanted to start jogging towards the dugout, and they were wrong. Just outside, we now have a full count. 3-2, 2 out. Again, a runner on second. AppleSox lead 2-0 here at the top of the 6th inning. Game's moving on. Pretty good pace here.
It is.
They, of course, and you may not know this or not, they also have a pitch clock here now in the West Coast League.
Yeah, we were there.
There it is.
That's the pitch that we've been getting called all night long.
We're through 5.5 innings. Wenatchee 2, Bellingham nothing. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, my name is Courtney, and AmeriCorps has given me the opportunity to change careers, learn new skills, and serve my community in a meaningful way. I am so glad that I chose AmeriCorps.
My service with AmeriCorps has allowed me to make a difference in the lives of people that I wouldn't have otherwise made.
My service in AmeriCorps allowed me to make huge impact to community having fun.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to serve and use my skills for the greater good. I highly recommend serving with AmeriCorps. You will change your life.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Back out of the Paul Thomas Senior Stadium for AppleSox baseball, game 2 of the 3-game series with the Bellingham Bells. Bellingham winning last night 6-1. Wenatchee only scratching out 3 hits. Wenatchee also walked 9 times, but they didn't take advantage of that. Different story here tonight. It's 2-0 here. Wenatchee leading Bellingham as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm sorry, 6th inning. Yes, that's right. Antonio Gianni leading off for the Wenatchee AppleSox, and here comes the wind again. It seems to be inconsistent.
That ball's hit well. That's getting by him too. No. Good reaction time there by the center field. And like I mentioned earlier, that kid's fast out there.
Yep. That was probably the best hit ball of the day by any team.
I would agree.
And falls right into the glove of the Bellingham center fielder. Max Clark to the plate. Once again, University of Washington project.
University of Washington.
Yes.
Oh, got a leftover bat here.
Yep.
That right there is one of the reasons why baseball is an unfair game.
Why is that?
Well, he hit that ball about as hard as he could, and looks like he did nothing in the book.
Yep. It goes as a simple F8.
Yep. And then you get a little, we called it duck fart.
Yeah.
A little duck fart that goes off the end of your bat and gets a base hit.
Yeah. It's not how, it's how many.
Yeah.
As my good friend Tucker Wagner used to say, the team that gets the most points wins.
Most points because he.
Yeah, because he's. Yeah. We'd like him anyway. He's slightly twisted, and that makes him somewhat interesting. 0-2 is the count. 1 out here in the 6th inning. AppleSox looking for a few more runs. Action in the AppleSox bullpen. And a couple guys warming up in the Bellingham bullpen. Ooh, great off-speed pitch. Yes, he was swinging at that when the ball was still in his hand. Good strikeout there. Cannon Perry, right-hander from Grand Canyon University. That's a very deep place to study, I'm told.
Yeah.
That was one of the few places I ever went to really looking forward to seeing and was just disappointed.
Were you?
Yeah. Because it was dead. It was just, you know, it's a big hole, and it's an impressive hole. But there's just no life. You know, everything's gray and brown, and I don't know.
In the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, the Grand Canyon itself. It's just, you know.
I thought you were talking about Grand Canyon University.
No, Grand Canyon is one of the finest universities who've turned out fine people like Cannon Peary, for instance. An outstanding student and a great baseball player. No, I'm talking about the Grand Canyon itself.
Yeah.
It just had a dead feeling to it.
Yep.
You know, does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
I've never been there myself, but I've been in Utah and close to the Grand Canyon, but never been there. You know, Utah has that same coloration and stuff, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. It's just the same. It just, I don't know. It felt like I was just looking at a big hole in the moon. So.
Well, there's been a lot of strikeouts tonight.
There has been a lot of strikeouts.
We've had 9.
And there were a lot last night. And that's been a problem for if there's a couple of things that might cause Mitch Darlington some concern, that's one. Also some defensive issues as well.
Yeah. Oh, there's that pitch. He's called that all night long, hasn't he?
Yep. You should know that by now.
Again, as long as you're consistent, I don't care.
Yep.
You got to learn it as a hitter.
3 up, 3 down. We go to the 7th inning. It's the AppleSox 2 and the Bells nothing. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Back out of here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. To the top of the 7th we go. New pitcher is in for the Wenatchee AppleSox, number 34. And who do you got there, Schmitty?
Stephen Hammergren from Lower Columbia.
Another fine institution of higher learning.
Yes.
I might add. Right-hander with a little bit of pep. And again, at this point, you know, it's so early in the season, there's so much roster turnover, it's impossible to really scout the pitchers. For the batters, it's, you know, you're going back to the dugout and you're telling your teammates what you saw and what this guy has.
Yep.
You don't, there's no chart on these guys. There's no data to work with.
No. And, you know, the only way that they would have seen him is if they would have played against him in college. But
right. Yep.
this Stephen here is a community college guy, so probably hasn't played
Sharply
against.
Hit right to the shortstop.
Ooh, great job there,
nice,
getting your glove
play.
down.
Yep.
Good job. That's a tough play right there.
Yep. Well done. And that was the other thing we were talking about in the last inning. Errors have been a problem. We had 3 errors last night against Bellingham, and they were all costly.
Mm-hmm. Seems to always be.
Yeah. So need to tighten up the fielding just a little bit. And of course, as we mentioned that, we have some guys playing positions that we're not familiar with here.
Right.
For the AppleSox today.
Yeah, and the sun's gone down, so sunglasses should come off, but that's another advantage for Wenatchee AppleSox is their right fielder, first base, and second baseman get used to this this sun being right in their eyes, and opposing teams come in here and it's like, what the heck is that thing?
As we're getting to the longest days of the year, almost 16 hours of daylight, it actually gets worse in late July and early August when the sun is slightly lower.
Ooh, foul ball.
That's a foul ball.
Ooh, that was barely, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a good call, though. Hopefully
Yes.
the umpire was on it. Yeah, actually, this time of the year, it's pretty intense, but it actually gets worse towards the middle to late July. Even though the days are shorter, the sun, the angle is a little bit more intense. It actually hangs out there a little bit lower and a little bit longer. So, and especially gets acute when the shadow comes across between the pitcher's mound and home plate.
Yeah.
Off-speed pitch, foul back, our first
Another
foul ball of the day.
These kids down here are looking at you like you're crazy.
They're just looking at me like, that's Brandon Schmitten. Who's that jerk with him? Lazy pop-up, can of corn to the second baseman. Easy play. 2 down. Getting ready for the 7th inning stretch. Kids are gathered over there behind the first base dugout to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
What a great, great song.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Yep.
In fact, my 3 favorite songs are probably "Gimme Shelter" by the Rolling Stones, "Like a Rolling Stone" by Bob Dylan, and, of course, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Yeah.
So.
We were at Wrigley Field, and Harry Carey has passed away, of course.
Yeah. Was he still alive when you went to the game?
No, he wasn't. But
okay. He died in, 1997, 98, something like that.
Yeah. But they had him up on the big screen, and so it was basically...
Second baseman busy on this inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll finish this story when we come back. We're off to the 7th inning stretch. It's AppleSox 2, Bellingham nothing. You're watching West Coast League Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Hey, man. How's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Back out at the Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. 7th inning stretch is a done deal. We have a new pitcher for Bellingham. Smitty, you have an update on the Mariners and the White Sox?
Up 1-0 in the what did it say there? 1-0 in the after the bottom of 7. So top of 8, Mariners 1, White Sox nothing.
And that game started 5 minutes after our game started.
Really?
Yeah, they started at 6:40. We started at 6:35, and I thought this game was moving right along.
Yeah.
That Mariner game.
Well, they've got 2 hits and 4 hits. So 2 hits for the White Sox, 4 hits for the Mariners, and man, the White Sox, for being a terrible record team, have been playing the Mariners very well.
Yeah, they've won 14 games this year.
Yeah.
Which puts them on pace to win about, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 games, something like that.
Lose over 100, let's just say that.
Absolutely. New pitcher in the ball game is number, can't quite make him out yet.
12.
Number 12.
And we'll see if
Brandon's
I can't
gonna
find
look that
out
up while I
who
look
that
at
is. Number 12 is Nathan Van Beek. Nathan Van Beek from Union College, from the big town of Bow, Washington.
Yeah, I know where Bow is.
Yeah.
That's B-O-W, by the way.
It is.
My Yankees won again, beat Kansas City 11-5.
Kansas City's another team that plays the Mariners well.
Yeah, especially in Kansas City.
Yeah.
All right, to the bottom of the 7th we go. Dr. Freeberg steps up to the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup. AppleSox leading 2-0 here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium.
Ooh, big sweeper there, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's a tall kid, isn't he?
That's what I was just going to look up here. We don't have a height on him, but he's awful far down the mound before he delivers that pitch, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, he kind of, except he's left-handed, he kind of reminds me of me. I mean, just a tall, strapping, handsome guy, just very charismatic, too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Another can of corn to center field. No wind now. The wind is again, the flag in center field is just sitting there. So a pretty easy foul ball. Fly ball, I should say. Elijah Peleo to the plate. He's going to be one of the guys who will be seen all year. And again, they have to make a decision on Kade Benevidez because,
I don't see how you can get rid of him.
According to Joel, he might be out of here by the end of this month.
Wow.
Because that's all I mean, he signed through June.
Yeah.
He was a 10-dayer, and now they have him through June because he's been playing such great baseball.
Right.
But that might just be it.
Wonder if that's
see.
His decision type of thing or if it's a team's decision.
That's a good point. And as we mentioned this before, these guys have been playing baseball essentially almost every day since February.
Yeah.
And they do need a break, and it is summertime, and they deserve to get on the jet skis and and just basically be 19 years old.
Yeah, be a kid.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That is a thing that sometimes I think nowadays kids get into sports and a lot of their parents forget the fact that they're still kids and. They want to give their kids the best opportunity, but at the same time, is it giving their kids the best opportunity?
Exactly.
You have a chance to play 100 baseball games when you're 12. Well, that's fun, but at the same time, you're wearing down your body, and a lot of injuries come for that post 12, and they don't get the opportunity to just relax and be a kid. Go out and eat bugs like you did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what, matter of fact, that's what I'm having for dinner. Quick walk there, Aiden Doherty to the plate. See if the AppleSox can extend their 2-run lead here as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. I had a nephew who was a very, very good baseball player, and he ended up on one of the local all-star teams, and I believe it was Little Leagues. It was summertime. AAU, I believe, is all correct. And they just kept winning and winning and winning. And he ended up playing baseball at a very high level, competitive baseball, at the all-star level into early August before their season finally wrapped up. And the next year, he played baseball again, but he didn't play Legion baseball or whatever, you know, the summertime baseball league that he had done the year before. Because he said, Dad, you know, we have the place up at Lake Chelan and never got to go there.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, they go up there on Memorial Day weekend and come back on Labor Day, you know, so school's out.
Right.
And to have, you know, do all the fun stuff that you get to do at the lake, jet skis, water skiing, barbecuing, swimming, and he did basically lost a summer.
Right.
And he said, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. And it goes both ways.
I think it's better for it.
It goes both ways, too, because some of my best experiences as a high school kid were going to Whitefish, Montana, and playing in Legion tournaments and hanging out with your friends in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's a very, very, very fine line, I will say that.
Well, I basically grew up at a rec park, you know, in my elementary and junior high school years.
Yeah.
You know, watching my brothers played Legion baseball or Babe Ruth baseball, or we always hosted tournaments. And, of course, my dad was heavily involved in Babe Ruth and Legion baseball. I can't even tell you how many games I watched at Recreation Park growing up.
You know, funny, I thought it was Rectangle Park when I was a little kid.
And you did, of course, go to Washington State University.
That's right.
A fine institution of higher learning, I might add. Aiden Doherty still at the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here.
Now, to my defense, what's right next to Rec Park?
Well, the Apple Bowl.
No.
Triangle Park.
Triangle Park. So you have Triangle Park and Rectangle Park.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's a math guy right there.
Triangle Park. Yeah, you're a math teacher for crying out loud. Who balances the checkbook in the Schmitten household?
Oh, that would be me.
Okay, you family budget too?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You're just not good at geometry, apparently.
Well, a square is a rectangle.
Yeah.
So
Max Hartman steps to the plate.
Runner. Good job.
Which has 5 sides. And he just basically kind of walked right into second base. Not a lot there. 2 outs here. Nice steal. Puts him in a scoring position with a couple of outs, and a guy who can put wood on the baseball, Mr. Hartman. So that was a very good steal. We'll see if it pays off.
Ooh.
Nice pitch there.
It's coming from behind him.
He's got that motion, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yep. Not quite sidearm, but a difficult angle to pick up. And
it is, yeah. I will agree with that. It's kind of like a Randy Johnson type thing.
Yeah, he's got some poop on that, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't lay off it on a high pitch. It's now 1-2. Again, a couple of outs here in the 7th. 2-0 AppleSox. Although, as I mentioned before, Bellingham has actually out-hit Wenatchee 5-4.
Yeah. It's not about how many, it's about when.
That's right.
Be nice for Max to get a base hit right here.
There you go. Is it going to get through the hole? Nope.
Good play.
Well played. Both second basemen for the AppleSox and the Bells have been busy folks tonight. AppleSox do not score as we go to the 8th inning. It is AppleSox 2, Bellingham nothing. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
AppleSox Baseball of the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you by Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, and AmeriCorps, and Club Crow Bar and Grill. Our next broadcast, by the way, Monday, June 24th, when the AppleSox face the Kelowna Falcons here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. To the 8th we go. Boy, the sun went down, and it's not actually down. It's still going to be up for a little while longer, about another 15 minutes. I think the sun goes down like 8:57 officially.
Yeah, it depends on what side of the river you're on.
Right.
Look over there in East Wenatchee.
Yeah, and it's still obviously up in Fancher Heights. It's still up there. But it has cooled down quite a bit. I'm glad I wore a sweatshirt from the very beginning.
Yes, I'm glad I went and got mine.
Ooh. High and tight?
Yeah. That's that pitch the umpire likes.
Yep. He has one pitch, and I think it's as hard as I can throw it, is what I'm seeing right now from our pitcher. And location be damned.
Yeah.
Kind of the Goose Gossage approach.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, my favorite games growing up to watch on television is when Catfish Hunter started and Goose Gossage finished.
Yeah.
Because the cat would throw, the ball would go everywhere. You know, he had like 27 different pitches in his arsenal. And then they would bring Gossage in, and he would just throw as hard as he could.
Yeah.
Batters could
and he'd
never
fall
adjust.
off the mound.
Yeah.
Remember how he did that?
And he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Now, my grandparents, they used to go to Yuma every year, and they would stay down there for the summertime. And so they became huge Padre fans because they would go to most of their games. And it was Goose Gossage and Dick Williams and Steve Garvey and
great 84
Tony
team.
Gwynn and
those 83, 84 teams were very good.
Yeah, so they got to see a lot of good players play. All right, that's not exactly how we want to start off an inning right there, is it?
Leadoff walk is not the way to do it. Bellingham looking to get on the scoreboard here. They're down 2-0 in the top of the 8th inning.
Especially when you walk the number 9 hitter to get to the leadoff. And as we've talked about all night long, how fast Maloney is, their center fielder. He's the guy in the first inning that tried to stretch that to a double. And I see him playing in center field and see the reason why he decided to try and stretch that.
Yeah. And he would have made it. He just kind of had a couple little bloopy steppies and lost his rhythm, so to speak.
Ooh.
Is that a tough thing to teach base runners, how to touch the bases, especially if you're going to run through more than one base and keep your stride, how to hit the base, especially second to third, because you got momentum at that point?
Definitely a practice thing. You know, you have to practice, and what I always told the kids is you have to get into the grass as fast as you possibly can. One, the grass is going to be a little bit firmer than the dirt, and it makes your angle a little bit less aggressive than if you go in the dirt and then turn late on it. So it's a practice thing. Well, there's a curveball.
This could be a quick
It's going to be a tough double
I don't know.
play.
He's a fast guy.
Man.
Oh, nicely turned.
That was a great turn by Pelayo there.
And made him earn it, too.
Yeah.
That was a good, clean slide into second base. Nothing dirty about it. That's the way you teach it, actually. But it made that throw to first all that more difficult, and he nailed it.
He did. Came across a bag quick and great feed.
That's how you teach it. One pitch, 2 outs, and all of a sudden, breathing a little easier now.
Yeah, and it's nice to get to the better part of their order. You know, strategically, they put their better hitters 2, 3, 4, and so get them up with nobody on.
Yeah. 1-on-1's the count, 2 outs here. We're in the top of the 8th inning. AppleSox lead 2-0. I got my glove fixed. I took it down to Kevin at American Shoe Shop, and he fixed my baseball glove.
Nice.
The one I've had for, I don't know, 45 years probably.
Really?
Yeah. It was literally falling apart. It's a first baseman's glove because, like I said, I either pitched or played first base.
Yeah.
And even when I played like rec league softball, that was my glove. Didn't matter what position I was
Yeah.
playing. And it was love to death. And I didn't want to, I mean, it's my glove.
Right.
So I took it down to Kevin, and I said, go get it. And it took him a while, but he got it all fixed. So now I got my baseball glove
Nice.
back. Nicely done on the strikeout there.
And there was a curveball.
Yep, curveball. The first one I think we saw from him. Whoa. To the bottom of the 8th inning we go. It's the Wenatchee AppleSox 2, the Bellingham Bells nothing. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
AmeriCorps allows me to make a huge impact on my community and kickstart my career.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to use my skills for the greater good.
Serving in AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to help in my community. Take a few minutes to see how you can help your community.
AmeriCorps does vital work in our region. You can make a difference. Join today and make the impact.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Welcome back to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. To the bottom of the 8th inning we go. We have a new pitcher, Schmitty.
Yes, we do. Lane Simonson from the University of Washington, a freshman out of Linden.
Probably redshirted, probably didn't play, I'm guessing, this most recent year.
We've got some Linden fans over here. Luke Gale, he was 4-year starter for the Wildcats. Did a great job pitching and playing in the field.
Good, very, very good all-around athlete.
Yes, great quarterback. Going to Central next year to play.
And a good kid.
Oh, amazing kid.
Yeah.
And his mom graduated from Linden.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, her parents moved over here when Heidi married Andy. And so they live over here now, and they are very supportive of everything.
Yeah.
So.
I don't worry when people like Luke Gale are going to be taking over and running things after we're long gone. So
yeah.
I don't worry about that kind of deal. All right, Mr. Kade Benevidez back into the plate. Leading off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Low, but a strike, nevertheless. Very good crowd for a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Very good crowd.
Well, especially since school's still in session. Got 2 more days.
Foul tip. That's always a great day, last day of school.
Man. Tell you what.
And nothing gets done. First of all, they let everybody out at noon.
Noon?
Yeah.
What school did you go to? We get out at 10:30, I think.
Oh, really?
It's early. Oh.
That's an error. That's an error.
Yeah, we get out very early this year.
Okay.
So.
What's it like, and of course you're a math teacher, what's it like when the senior class is gone, they graduated, so you have an entire week of basically only 2/3 of the student body?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Very quiet in the hallways.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were done on Tuesday.
Right.
Wednesday maybe. Wednesday
a week ago.
Week.
Yeah. That's just like Wenatchee, and then no school. They had rehearsal and stuff on Thursday and then graduation Friday.
Ooh, great bunt
Very
here.
good bunt.
You know what? I like seeing that. This is our number 4 hitter, and Coach Darlington's having him sacrifice, which, you know what? It's good to see a guy that's hitting in that spot be able to do that, because he's going to be called upon to do that at his college.
And maybe at a critical game in early August.
Right.
Yeah, you remember back in June when you did that drag bunt down the first base line? I need you to do it again, and he knows he can do it.
Yeah.
Antonio Gianni.
And Antonio hammered a ball the last time he was up, so if we can get – and it was in the left center field gap, but maybe we can replicate that and have that thing fall for us.
His bat looks almost like a Little League bat. That looks like it's about a 28-inch bat.
It does. A lot of handle.
Yeah, you and Eric talked about this in our opening game. I really would like to see guys choke up a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah, it's just bat control.
Yeah.
And who's the best hitter or home run hitter of all times? Well, arguably Barry Bonds, and he choked up on
he's the all-time leader in home runs. Sure, and he even choked up. Sure he did.
Yeah, he choked up on a 32-inch bat.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, he also almost stood on the plate, too. That helped.
And he, had probably the best hand-eye coordination of anybody ever to play the game.
With the possible exception of Babe Ruth.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2-1 is the count with one out.
But Babe Ruth swung, I think he chopped down a tree before a game and just hit with the whole tree.
It was like a 48-ounce bat or something like that.
Oh.
Ooh. High and tight. I think he was determined he was going to swing at the next pitch regardless of where it was going to be.
Yeah.
And that happens, certainly.
Ooh, that
was a
pitch.
Beautiful pitch right there. Down.
These guys
swinging, and we've seen a lot of that today. A lot of backwards Ks on the scorecard today.
In the same spot.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep.
And they continue to throw there, and
why not?
Hitters aren't hitting, swinging at that. That's something that conversation has to be had between the leadoff hitter and the number 2 guy, and then all the way down the line.
They notice it, and Bellingham say, hey, first of all, we're getting that as a strike.
Right.
And second of all, they're not swinging at it. So we might as well just keep throwing it there until they figured it out. Max Clark in the plate now.
And the same goes for Bellingham. Bellingham struck out multiple times on that same pitch. There it is again.
Yep.
Yeah, and Max doesn't want to strike out here. It'd be his 3rd time of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little ball to the outfield, score a run. Cade's going to be running on
huge
contact
gap
here.
Between the outfielders there, by the way.
Yes. Between left and left.
The center fielder is almost playing right field.
Yeah,
he's way over there. There's a massive gap between the left fielder and the center fielder. If he gets the ball right between those two, he can run until the cows come home.
Right.
And he can run with the cows, I suppose, if he wanted to. Ooh,
ball's up.
Wow. Either that was a really good eye or a questionable call.
I think that was up.
That looked
Yeah, he hasn't called that pitch.
And now we're going to have a little conversation with the coach. Something you don't see too often in the middle of an at-bat.
Right.
And this is the second time we've seen this tonight, too, I might add.
Yeah. Well, the White Sox said always play the Mariners tough this year. Tied it up.
Jeez.
So 1-1.
And they are in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, top of the 9th.
Best money I spend every year, my friend, is my subscription to MLB TV.
Yeah.
I can watch any game I want as long as it's not being broadcast on my local television station. Or Apple TV Plus. Won't get into that. So, all right, Max Clark still at the plate now. 2-2, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning.
It's kind of strange how it used to be NFL football was on CBS, NBC, and ABC, and Fox, and then now it's on
Amazon.
Oh, that was outside.
Yep.
That one.
That was not a good call by Mr. Zielinski, and it cost us the end of the inning. We're through 8. AppleSox are 3 outs away from a W. Will they pull it off? We'll find out. You're watching AppleSox Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Oh, meeting my daughter over there.
To the top of the 9th inning we go. It's the AppleSox 2 and the Bellingham Bells nothing. Again, Bellingham has out-hit the AppleSox 5-4. They have an error. The AppleSox do not, and that's a good thing for Wenatchee because they have been struggling with the glove lately. All around a good, solid, a good ball game, really.
Yeah, it has been.
The only thing that really jumps out is that Jose Olsby is going to have to buy a whole bunch of new baseballs come tomorrow.
That's important right there. Come out.
First pitch strike.
You got a 2-run lead. The last thing you can do is walk a guy here. There we go.
This should be an easy play. Charges, throw, bingo.
You know what? That was a tough. It should have been easy, but that was a tough play. And he had to go backhand on that one.
And he is clearly happy with himself. He was fist pumping after that play.
Yeah.
He still is. He's pumped. He said, "Man, that was good.
That was good.
That was fun."
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great play.
Yeah. I thought that ball had a little more momentum off the bat, and then it kind of hit the grass behind the pitcher's mound and kind of just died.
Yeah.
Kind of like your lob wedge from about 80 yards in. Right?
Yep. Got a little backspin to it.
A little backspin and just a thing of beauty.
Well, and I thought in his mind, he probably thought that the runner was going to be a little quicker than that too, but that was Mejia again, and I don't think he is running exceptionally well tonight because, as we've talked about earlier, his potential is to get bases and wasn't able to get them. Big out here. There we go.
Lazy fly ball, center field, no wind. He didn't even move. Look at that. One step to his right, and that was it.
You almost thought that he didn't see it.
He was tracking it the whole way, and he literally moved one step to his right, and it fell right into his glove, as easy as it gets. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Sox are 1 out away from picking up a W and going for a series win tomorrow. Bellingham will be here tomorrow, again at 6:35. Then they're on the road. They're up to Kamloops for 3 games over the weekend. And then the Dub C Fish Sticks in town for 1 game on Monday.
The Dub C Fish
Sticks. Yep. They're obviously it's a non-league game.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that just, it's a floater team like the Northwest Collegiate All-Stars.
Yeah.
And their mascot is a fish stick.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love the thought process of some of the
I think
teams.
Monday they should have the ketchup, mustard, and tartar sauce race.
They should, yeah.
2-2.
And maybe throw a little cocktail sauce in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh. Good block by the catcher there.
Full count, 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Again, AppleSox, 2-0 lead. Everybody on the AppleSox bench is standing.
Oh.
Foul off.
Took a little something off of that.
Yep.
Which sets him up for bringing it a little bit quicker here.
That's what I'm thinking. Now I think he's gonna throw as hard as he can throw it. And that's exactly what he did. That's going to be caught.
All right, shutout.
There you go,
I like
folks.
It.
And the final score, the Wenatchee AppleSox 2, the Bellingham Bells 0. Right here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. We're going to take a break, and we'll wrap up tonight's broadcast when we come back in a couple of minutes. You're watching AppleSox Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel. Couple of minutes break there, Tucker. We'll come back and call it a broadcast.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We're not affiliated with any of the network channels. We're a locally owned, locally managed television station who prides itself on being a reflection and a spotlight on the communities we call home here in North Central Washington. We need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Back at it here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. It's always fun to broadcast a victory, and by golly, we did so tonight. AppleSox 2, Bellingham 1. As we mentioned throughout the course of the broadcast, Bellingham actually out-hitting the AppleSox. But when it came time for strikeouts,
yeah, well,
there were
you know
a
what?
lot.
Yeah, Bellingham struck out 10 times tonight, and the AppleSox, well, they struck out 13.
13, yeah.
So the bats weren't exactly live tonight. Like I had mentioned many a times, AppleSox got some timely hits and in the one inning and scored us the 2 runs, and that's all we needed with the pitching performance that we got.
After the 3-error performance last night, a clean slate as far as the gloves are concerned. In fact, some pretty sharp defense for the Wenatchee AppleSox.
Yeah.
Bellingham didn't put the ball in play. When they did, the AppleSox had to stop to get the outs, and they did that. So defensively speaking, usually on a 2-0 game, Mitch, Schmitty, that's going to be the case.
Right.
2-0 game defense is going to make a difference, and it certainly did.
Yeah, and we came up, I recall in I think it was the second inning, they had runners at first and second and nobody out, and we got 3 strikeouts, so it was a great job by the pitcher there. And then in the 8th inning, we had a runner at first base and ended up turning a double play too. So those are situations that they're going to look back on and pride themselves in of coming up clutch at key times.
AppleSox improved to 8-3 on the young year. You got to do an interview. You got to go in there and go see. Go in there and go upstairs and go see Joel. You can go in that room too. Just be careful going up the stairs. AppleSox player, look, who am I interviewing? Who am I talking to? So the AppleSox improved to 8-3. The Bells fall to 6-5. The rubber game of the 3-game series is tomorrow right here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, 6:35. First pitch. I had a good time today, Brandon.
Yes,
that was
thank
fun.
you.
Yeah, I enjoyed
it's always
it.
fun.
Yeah. Have you lost some weight?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't think so. Jose Oglesby, thanks for all of your love and support too for the whole crew, our broadcast crew, led here by line producer Malcolm Whitehall and 4 guys whose name I forgot. And back at the studio,
Malcolm and Hunter,
Tucker back at the.
Yep.
Tucker, I thought I loved baseball. He loves baseball.
Yes,
Tucker
he does.
He just loves the game. Really
favorite
enjoys
sport
it.
ever.
He likes the game within the game, the strategies, things like that.
Yeah.
Loves the game. So, next to jousting, it's the second favorite sport.
Right.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Jousting.
On behalf of the whole crew, thanks for watching AppleSox Baseball. Our next broadcast, by the way, Monday, June 24th, when the AppleSox face the Kelowna Falcons. On behalf of the whole crew, Dan Kuntz saying bye-bye.